Darrell Bolduc has made an extraordinary contribution to aviation in Minnesota and across the country. He's an active pilot and aircraft owner, an aviation business owner, and an expert in aircraft engine maintenance. Darrell has contributed countless hours serving on boards and association, working toward improving safety, education, and professionalism in the aviation industry. Born on October 25, 1947 in St. Paul, Minnesota, Darrell Bolduc became interested in aviation from a young age as his dad owned an aircraft maintenance business at the Crystal Airport called Bolduc Aviation Services. Darrell took his first airplane ride at the age of 10 in a Super Cub on floats on White Bear Lake, and his passion only grew from there. He soloed in 1979 in a Cherokee 140 and received his private pilot certificate in 1982. He went on to get his seaplane and multi-engine ratings in 1985 and an instrument rating in 1986. He reasoned that if he was going to fix aircraft and engines as a career, he had to know how to fly them as well. Graduating from Roosevelt High School in 1965, Darrell attended the Minneapolis Aviation Training Center at MSP International Airport for 2 years, working towards his A&P license. During his first year, he achieved the power plant rating and shortly thereafter was hired by Northwest Airlines, where he worked the second shift in the engine build-up shop, assembling Pratt & Whitney JT3 engines for the Boeing 707 and Boeing 720 aircraft while completing school for his airframe license. In July of 1967, Darrell enlisted in the United States Marine Corps Reserve and served a total of 6 years where he specialized in jet engine maintenance. During this time, he was a captain on the A-4B Skyhawk and a crew member on the UH-34 helicopter. In 1969, Darrell attended avionics school in Alexandria for 2 years and achieved his first-class FCC license with a radar endorsement. During this time, he also worked the night shift at Belanca Aircraft Manufacturing in the flight test department, preparing the new Viking and Super Viking aircraft for delivery. In 1971, Darrell started working for a company called Metma Aircraft. The company was located close to Crystal Airport and was owned by Jack Sandberg. Metma specialized in rebuilding and repairing all types of aircraft, piston engines, and accessories. During his time there, in addition to his normal duties, he helped Jack rebuild a Bell P-63 King Cobra and was part of the crew that raced it at the National Championship Unlimited Air Races in Reno, Nevada. On June 1, 1979, Darrell officially opened his own business called Bolduc Aviation Specialized Services Incorporated, after having come to an agreement with Jack Sandberg, the owner of Metma Aircraft, to purchase part of his engine rebuilding company. His new business had only one employee, himself, and he said it was a great feeling. It was one of the few companies in the USA that was FAA approved for electronic balancing of engine parts. In 1983, Darrell purchased a building and moved to the Anoka County Airport in Blaine, where the company is still located today. In 2016, after running the business for 37 years, he sold Bolduc Aviation Specialized Services to 2 of his employees who had been working for him for over 34 years. Darrell said that all of the employees were outstanding people who always did a great job, and he really enjoyed the 37 years of owning the company. Expertise, and especially his willingness to share it, are 2 of the hallmarks of Darrell Bolduc's long career. As the owner of his business for nearly 4 decades, he is recognized throughout Minnesota and beyond for his expansive knowledge of aircraft maintenance. He's equally known for his generosity, giving his time freely to mentor and educate fellow technicians, aircraft owners, and pilots throughout the region. Darrell Bolduc always found time to support others and share his knowledge, serving as a member of the Board of Directors of the Minnesota Aviation Hall of Fame and speaking at events, including the Minnesota Seaplane Pilots Association Safety Seminar and Fly-In for 25 straight years, the FAA Maintenance Seminar for 30 straight years, and the Minnesota Aviation Maintenance Technicians Conference, as well as the Great Minnesota Aviation Gathering hosted by the Minnesota Pilots Association. Minnesota is most fortunate to have Darrell Bolduc as a member of the aviation community for the past 40 years, a skilled craftsman, a hard-working volunteer, an advocate for the aviation industry, and a leader who serves as a role model for others. It is an honor and privilege to induct Darrell E. Bolduc, one of our own, into the Minnesota Aviation Hall of Fame.